Hi guys, it's Josie with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today we are going to go over referrals. This is a pretty quick and easy class, so thank you for joining me today. And as always, if you can just comment in the chat box if you can hear me and if you can see my screen, then we'll go ahead and get started. Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Okay, so we are on agent.kw.com. We're going to log in with our username and password. Go ahead and click on sign in. Now, guys, I usually say use Firefox private mode, but this week we've noticed some little sort of hiccups. So as you can see, I'm using incognito in Google Chrome. So that's what I'm going to recommend, at least for the next couple of weeks. And that's what we'll be using for the next little while. I think Command is maybe doing some updates on the back end. So Firefox, which was my go-to, is no longer. And then hopefully I'm zoomed in far enough. I'll try to zoom in a little bit more so you can see my screen. And then if you have any questions, also just go ahead and put them in the chat box. I will try to get to those if I can. And then if you have to hop out early, we do have these recordings available for you on our YouTube channel. If I don't get to your questions, please email us, support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we can get back to you. All righty, and with that, we will go ahead and get started. So right now we're on our dashboard. We're not going to go straight to referrals. We're going to take one step first. On the right-hand corner, you have your name and your picture. We're going to click on Scott's picture over here in the top right-hand corner. And we're going to actually go to profile now. Generally, you would go to settings and marketing profile, and that's for anything that comes from your command that goes to your clients for marketing. But today we're going straight to our profile, and this is more centered for other agents. So I just wanted to show you what your profile looks like to other agents, and then we'll get into why this is important as we get into referrals a little bit more. So we've got, let's see, I don't think there's any posts here, but here's just some general information. We'll see if he's made any posts. I don't think so. No. Okay. All right. So we're going to click on Edit Profile. So it's right here under the banner photo on the right-hand side, kind of in the middle. As you can see, the first name, last name, and KWUID, which if you're ever searching for your KW user ID, it's right here. That would be for bold registration or family reunion. I can't talk today. We're going to get this under control. All right. But you can edit your email, your phone number, your service areas. And then he's got his bio typed out here, and that is also editable. So what some agents will do is they will make this bio more geared for other agents rather than for clients. We've got our socials right here. And then right here, you can see that he's opted into the referral network. So if you've ever been in a situation where somebody can't find you, they're looking for you as a referral, this is the first place we always check, is to make this little button is toggle on so that it's a teal color. So he has opted into the referral network, and then it's just asking you, what do you want us to show on your profile page? So he said, I just want you to show closed units, transactions, and time with KW, but we could also select these if we wanted to. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview of that KW Connect profile real quick. And if you made any changes, click on Save Changes in the bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to go ahead and click on Cancel. All right, now we're going to click on Command in the top left corner, and we're ready for referrals. So we can click on this red square with the white KW if we want to have that pop out so we can see what all these little applets are down the left-hand side. Or if we hover over them, they will tell us what each of them are. So we're just going to go to this little guy on the map. And the first page is just a basic overview of what you got going on. We've got our pending invites, any pending referrals, received referrals, or any that we've sent out. So for you as agents, this will mean you can kind of look more towards building your business on a national scale rather than just locally. So if you've got family members and friends in other states that are buying houses, make sure they know you're an agent and that you can put them in good hands with somebody in your referral network. All right, and it looks like Scott's got a referral network of 14 right now. So it's kind of like, friend requests, similar to maybe LinkedIn. So in his referral network, these are people that he's picked up, whether it be at family reunions, Bold, any other conferences that he might have been to. This will give you a brief overview of where these people are located. And if you click on the little arrow right here, it's kind of small. Let me zoom in a little bit more. All right, we've got this little kind of carrot right here. If we click on that, it'll give us another brief little overview. And if we click on this, it will take us to that profile page that we saw, similar to the one over here on Scott's. So right off the bat, we can see the agent's stats, their sales volume. We can create a note, and this is a private note that only you can see. And then here's his bio. We can even create a tag right here, or if we wanted to make them our favorite, we could click on that, and then we can filter by just favorites. So that's the only one that pops up. I'm going to unfavorite that. And then if we had somebody that we knew was buying a property in Phoenix, Arizona, and we're located over here in Orlando, we could go ahead and just send them a referral straight from here. We can also track our referrals and grow our network. All right, and then we can do a new referral from here as well. We can find an agent. If we click on that, it'll take us to a map. I'm going to show you the map though here in a second, and then we'll go into some further detail on that. So that's the basic overview of referrals right here on this page. Next, we're going to click on My Referrals. Kind of the same situation, other than we can see pending, and it gives you a little explanation if you hover over it. So pending, referrals that are awaiting response, active, referrals that we're working on today, funded, referrals that are connected to a closed opportunity. Now keep in mind, if you do send someone a referral, the opportunity will exist at the market center where you sent the referral. In other words, you won't have that opportunity on your end. Claudia, hi, great question. May I have referrals from other countries? I would presume so, as long as there's Keller Williams agents there. Although I haven't ran into that specifically myself. But I believe KW to KW, absolutely. Let's take a look at the map here in a second and see if we can see other countries also. Great question, thank you. Okay, so we've got pending, active, funded. Okay, so a lot of times people will say, why can't I see the opportunity? How am I supposed to get paid from my market center? And so that's going to be coming from the other market center to your market center. The opportunity isn't going to exist in your opportunities at your market center. So just some communication with the referral agent. And I'll show you how you can do that on here directly through command, or just send them a quick text, email, ask them how that's going. We also have lost opportunities, expired, and this is a referral that you sent. Let's say we did a broadcast referral to 49 agents in Idaho Falls, Idaho, for example, and we gave them 48 hours to get back to us, and they didn't get back to us. That's considered an expired referral. We've also got rejected. So let's say it's somebody we decided we didn't want to work with them, and then there's all. So a lot of different options here. If you had anything in here, you could see it right here. Again, you can do new referral from this screen. So this whole applet here, you can get anywhere from anywhere. You can, where's the new referral button? Well, it's on about every page. All right, and now we're going to spend some time on the map, which is my favorite part. Yes, Canada, it should include Canada. I just got that question here in our live chat. Good question. So if you want to actually, let me see what we can do for zooming. Let's look at market centers. So here's Winnipeg. We're going to zoom in on that. It takes just a minute. Our results are narrowing down. We're down to 107. Let's get in a little bit closer. Okay, perfect. So there's 107 agents at this market center in Winnipeg. So from here, we could look at their stats. So we'll click on this little caret right here. It'll tell us right off the bat, closed units, listings sold. From here, we can add them to our referral network or send a referral straight to them. And then since we're here, I'll go ahead and just show you how you can adjust all of this. So we're going to send a referral to this agent in Winnipeg. We can adjust the referral fee. I feel like most Keller Williams agents stick to 25, but we could take it up to 35. We can put it wherever we want. And we just grab this little slider and move that around. The acceptance deadline is 24 hours. So we'll give Jennifer 24 hours to get back to us. But if it's a weekend, we might want to extend that to like 48 hours. Can I land on it? There we go. All right, and then this is where we put in our buyers information. And also if we were sending a seller, we could switch it to seller, tenant, landlord, etc. So let's say we've got buyers. I see your question, Missy, just one second. I just want to put in a price range for the buyers. So we'll just do 350 to 500,000. And then here we can write a quick note, moving from Idaho, looking for main level living. My keyboard won't keep up with me. Okay, so that is the minimum, maximum, and notes section. Notice you've got 3,000 characters to work with in the notes. Okay, Missy, your question, thank you. What if we do a referral from someone outside of KW? Do we keep their, oh yeah, great question. And I do get this actually every class. So this is just KW to KW. So unfortunately, anything outside of KW would not be done on here. Great question though. All right, so if we have our client already in our database, we can select their information or we can create a new contact straight from here. So I'm just going to create, maybe he doesn't have Daisy Duck already, but I'm just going to see if I can create that. And it's asking me if Daisy Duck is pre-approved already and pre-qualified, so I can select those. The address isn't required. Her desired location, I can just do Springsteen. I guess it's a suburb. All right. Phone number isn't even required, but the email is. So daisy@gmail.com. And then the transaction timeline. So when is Daisy looking to make her purchase? So we'll just click on the calendar right here, scroll down a bit. They want to be in right after the holidays. So January 3rd. All right, and the last thing I do is add contact and send, which I'm not going to do because Jennifer's not gonna know where this is coming from or why. I'm gonna click cancel, but that's how you send a referral. All right, so that was to answer the Canada question. So that was a great question and I haven't had that one before, so thank you for that. So when we looked for Canada, we switched it from production. So I just want to point out the default search option is production. So if you're not finding anybody by production, you can switch to Market Center, My Network, or Referral Partners. I'm going to switch my map over to, I just like to play in Idaho Falls just because I'm familiar with it. So we'll zoom into Idaho Falls, Idaho. All right, now we're back to sorting by production. Give it a minute to come on. I should have some little, I'm just going to refresh really quick. When in doubt, refresh, right? All right, let's try Idaho. I'm just going to type it in, Idaho Falls. There we go. So you can search by typing it in here, or you can just search by zooming around on your map. Hopefully I'm just going to get some agents here in a second, but we'll see. There we go. It just took a minute. Okay. Pat and Phil, we got a question. Why wouldn't, oh, wouldn't you want to speak with the agent as well? Like on the phone? Or, I mean, yeah, for sure. This is just kind of a way, so you're doing your background research and then setting, deciding who you want to work with, and then you get to kind of pick and choose from there who gets to be the lucky one to service your client. So as you see, we zoomed in and we've got these little green pop-ups with numbers. So that basically just represents transactions that have occurred in this area. So if we know that our client is moving to the west side of Idaho Falls, maybe around Bellin Road area, we can zoom in a little bit more. Oh, that was a little much. Okay. All right. So we'll zoom in a bit more. All right. So now you see the numbers on the green dots have gone away, and now we just have the green dots. So each one of these is a property that somebody has sold in this area. When I hover over this one, it lights up in red. And then if that person was on this side, it would show up. So let's see. Is it this one? Oh, there we go. So I clicked on it and then it brought up Chad Murdoch from Murdoch and Manwaring. That was an interesting little error message that gave me though, wasn't it? All right, let's zoom in a little bit more, see what we can get. All right, so let's say on the right-hand side, we see an agent we want to work with. So let's say we want to work with Becca. As we hover over her, do you see down on the bottom of the screen, Skyline Drive lights up, Amrose Street lights up? So those are properties that she's represented. And I can just search up Becca right here on the right-hand side. Becca Nelson. I'm going to zoom out a bit more. Maybe too much. All right. All right, so if I hover over her, so it'll light up all the red ones that she sold sort of on the west side of Idaho Falls. So if I'm interested in sending her a referral, I can just click on, that's her profile. So I can do a little bit of research that way. It did pop up another tab right there. Did you guys see that? But here is just a brief overview. So this is what I meant to do. So I can see what team she's on. I've got her cell phone number, her email address, closed units in the area, sales volume, average deal size. So straight from here, I can add her to my network or send her a referral. Let's say we want to work with, we don't want to narrow it down to one agent. We want our client to have choices who they're working with. So let's say we want to send a broadcast referral out. So we will go back to our map. I want to take Becca off of here. Let's see. Okay, so do you see broadcast referral in the top right-hand corner right now? It says 80. In order for that to be clickable, it has to be under 50. So I'm going to zoom in a bit more. All right, so now we've got the broadcast referral. There's 32 agents in this area that I can send a broadcast referral. So I will send my client to all 32 of these agents if I decide. So let's go ahead and click on broadcast referral and see what that looks like. And if you're just joining us, I apologize. I kept you waiting in the waiting room. We're doing referrals today. And we are just on the left-hand side of our screen on the little guy in the map icon. And then we're just looking at the map right here. So you see, I am Scott Leroy, but I can choose to show my identity or not show my identity. So the half closed eyeball, my identity is not shown, or I can tell them who I am. I can identify if it's a buyer, seller, tenant, or landlord. It's going to be a buyer. We're going to keep it at 25%, but again, that's completely adjustable on this slider. The acceptance deadline, let's see, today's Tuesday. I'll give them 48 hours. So it's just like the other one, except for it sends to more than one at a time. So again, we're going to put in our minimum, our maximum, write a message. Let's see. Looking for main level living close to high school. And again, I've got up to 3,000 characters. I can add those notes in. We can either select our client from our database or create a new contact. So exactly the same, other than the fact that instead of sending to one, it sends to all 32. I'm going to click on the X right here, but that gives you a little bit more options. Now, I do also want to point out, we do within the broadcast referral, we're still with our 32 results. We can sort these. These are sorted randomly, but we can also sort by closed units. Nobody came up. Let's maybe not do that. And I lost my whole broadcast referral. We were there. Okay. Oh, search results. Closed units. There we go. Okay. So Anderson Hicks group came up. So this will be complete closed transactions. We can say, I want someone who just specializes in listing sold or buy sides. So let's switch to buy sides and see how that changes it. So we do have that option to filter there. We have one more layer that we can add to this. And let's say we want to work with somebody who's only military affiliated, which can be important to some people. So we'll go on the right-hand side. And I want to only work with, because my client is a retired veteran, so I want him to work with somebody who is also affiliated with the military. So I'm going to click on military. You can even select different languages. We can say, I want to only work with somebody who has this many closed units in the area. I'm not going to do that because I want to keep my options open. But as you can see, you can filter and filter and filter and filter. So I'm just going to click on apply filter in the bottom right-hand corner. I've got nobody there. Let me see if I move out. There we've got Dwayne Coburn. A little bit more. There we've got Jody Steo, David Steo, and a couple others. So I can then send the broadcast referral to all 6 of them, or I can just say, I just want to work with one of them. Within this, again, I can sort by closed units. All right. So pretty interactive, and you have the option to really take part in, who you choose for your family, your friends, your clients to work with. So we do love that. One other thing I do always like to point out is if you have a husband and wife team, and let's say for profit sharing purposes, all the production is ran under the husband, but it's mostly the wife that you're looking for. So if you were to do a search for that person, they wouldn't come up if you are searching under the production option. Okay, so that's when you would want to search by market center. So we'll switch to the Idaho Falls Market Center. Here we've got our market center. And then from there, then you can search for your agent or whoever's in your referral network. One other cool option we have right now is referral patterns, which I always like to show on my classes. I'm not sure why Decatur, Georgia's in there, but I'm just going to put in my city here. And there's no referral patterns. Let's try Idaho Falls, Idaho. So this is a really cool thing to play with if you have any time. I know you're busy agents, but it does show you. And did you see how that tab was there and then it's not there? So if it's ever hiding, it's just right over here on the top right corner under new referral, but just click on that and it'll show you so city to city. And right now we have it as sent. So most referrals are being sent from Idaho Falls to Boise, 7%. Idaho Falls to Twin Falls. And then we can also switch it to received. So where are people from Idaho Falls coming from? So if you were located in Idaho Falls, then you maybe would want to expand your network out to some of these other areas where people seem to be moving from. I would argue that most are coming from California, but I'm not seeing it out here. So that's a little bit of how you can kind of look at the referral patterns and kind of get an idea of what's going on. Okay, sorry. Stephanie, I just saw your question. Oh, good question. Okay. How do you negate someone from the list you don't feel would be a good fit? Okay, so let's say we're doing the broadcast referral and we're trying to get rid of somebody. Let me go back 1 second. So we're going to let's go to production. And let's narrow it down. All right, and see my filter is still on right here, by the way. So make sure if you do filters on, shut them off. Okay, so if I want to do a broadcast referral, Stephanie, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I think it goes to all 6 agents, as it says right here. And I've played in here quite a bit. If it was an option, it would be here. So I guess if you had that situation and you wanted to send it to everybody except for James or something, you would maybe just have to do them one by one. And then I would probably even add them to my network and then add them from there. So I'm going to go ahead and add Jody to Scott's network. She has to accept the invitation first, but once I've done that, this is a test. This is my friend Jody. So once I've sent her the invitation, I can look at my my network. I can find her from anywhere. I could go to any of these screens. Let's take a look at, we've got pending invitations. There's Jody Steele. But if she did accept, I think they're doing updates right here. If she did accept my invitation, then I would go ahead and just send her the referral right from here. Great question. Let's see, guys, I think that's about all there is to referrals. If you've already added somebody to your network and you want to search them from here, you can do so by name. Let's see, Jody's not going to be in here, but you can search them by name. There's just so many different options that you've got within referrals. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, support@scholarlymarketing.com. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, but I do have a few extra minutes, so I'm going to answer any questions that you have. And thank you again for joining us. We appreciate you guys.